to have to handle that relentless, tenacious pressure defense. I believe that Bardo and Gill are the best defensive tandem in the nation. As a duo, they are superb. And before you scream out in Oklahoma, I know Mookie Blaylock's a great defender, but they have two of them here in Illinois.
The rap, if you want to put a number on both these teams, would be who can control the tempo, who can handle the key man.
Yeah, they got to handle inside. Mr. Hammons, he's such a powerful force on the interior.
But Dick,
ball inside, two people converge on him.
Got open, that's two, and it's good.
He is a one-dimensional player right now, Keith. Excellent long-range shooter, but shot selection sometimes is a problem with Dennis.
Tech steals it. This is Oliver,
Give it up.
2-on-1.
Nice play by Oliver, 2-on-1, keeps the ball, draws the defensive player to him, and then dumps it off for the layup. In place of Bo Britton today, and he's an inside power player.
Hamilton inside, good.
He had 25 against Georgia Tech over in Hawaii, and that's what he does best, catch the ball and shoot it. Georgia Tech only had 10 turnovers out in Hawaii in a real war of the game. Look at that leaper right there.
Missing the shot. Hamilton.
They really push the ball up the floor. Lou Henson is signaling pressure. He wants pressure in the foul trouble, trying to check Hammons. They ought to go to Hammons.
Good play, Oliver. Slapped out of there.
Oh!
Twice.
Oh!
Slapped it out the first time, and the Illini run it. Bardo in the middle. Foul. Back out in front. Hamilton looks to the baseline.
Oh, great cut without the ball.
Nick Anderson.
He's their most valuable player. He's such an outstanding clutch player.
Losing. This is Sherrod. Got it. Foul.
They need a little scoring out of Anthony Sherrod.
Hamilton.
He can shoot the ball. Now there he is now in a switching move. They have Hamilton outside. There's a little... Oh, he definitely bumps him. Kisses it off the glass, a la John Wooden style. Coach Wooden used to teach that down at UCLA. Bobby Cremins is one of the Frank Lloyd Wrights of basketball, an architect. He took this program from the depths of despair and has made it such a competitive basketball program. Half-court
pressure
trap.
Out in front now.
Diagonal look for the layup. To create tempo. Georgia Tech plays patient offense to keep the crowd silent.
Dennis Scott.
That's what he does best, Keith.
That's 2 points. He came back with a 6-0 run. Georgia Tech now has responded with a 5-0 run. Pass slapped out of bounds by Kendall Gill. Dark shirt.
They're going to try to isolate Hammons, Keith.
See no changes in the lineup. Ball is loose. McNeil can't handle it. The Illini have it. Battle. Gives it back to Anderson, who gives it back to Gill, who hit it.
Very unselfish basketball team. That's another ingredient that Lou Henson likes about this team. Double up on the inside. As soon as the ball touches inside, they'll try to double.
Hammons can't get it. McNeil, good rebound to Scott, who's open.
He can shoot the ball. He didn't miss the ball a shot yesterday, and there's a foul underneath.
Battle can't get it. Hamilton rebounds it, loses to Sherrod.
That's a good move going in the zone. It helps to negate the great one-on-one ability and quickness of Illinois.
Scott, 0 for 4.
He is on fire. We talked about how he's a streaky shooter. We talked about on top of the show.
Bardo won't get it. Rebound lost by Hammons inside. Oh, what an effort. Battle finally can't control it. Peck comes with it.
Get it to the hot shooter.
5.
He's on fire. Get a timeout, Lou Henson. Get a TO, baby. Look at Cremins says, I love it, Dennis.
Scott has 11 points. Hammons has none, so Dennis Scott's carrying him right now. The turnaround on the score as Dennis Scott is 5 for 5 from the field and 11 points.
There's the inside-outside action. The ball goes down to McNeil, and there's Scott trying to run to the three-point line. See, I really believe the three-point shot has really deterred his game from developing because all he wants to do is constantly find the line and shoot the ball, and he is an outstanding shooter.
Inside, the pass goes to Battle, and Kenny can't get it down. Larry Smith is in at the guard position, number 23 now. Player so far with 2 personal fouls, and Kenny gets them both.
Has been a little overweight, lack of stamina, and hasn't done the job in the middle.
Hammons finally gets one.
He's a big-time player. When you talk about the great 6 players of the
14-4 run, pass goes into Hamilton, back to Battle. Got it.
He's improved his shooting from the wing, and if he wants to be an NBA player, he's going to have to make that shot consistently. Box inside. He's a prototype power forward.
Sherrod to Scott.
Great look.
Beautiful
Great
pass,
look.
give it away to Britton.
He's such a played at Flint Hill. They were #1 in the nation in high school his senior year.
Hamilton just takes it up over Britton and stuffs it.
That's what he does well. He catch lead, control the crowd, good tempo.
Britton. So the big guy takes it up from the foul line. And
Out of junior college, they were expecting him to be a real force inside.
3, good. Almost picked his pocket. Inside Hammons.
He's a man inside. It's like a mismatch. Anytime he catches the ball down in the boxes, that would be like comparing the voice of Dolly Parton with the voice of Minnie Pearl. He'd be an outstanding second guard next year when they get Anderson in the uniform.
Inside to Hammons, and it's slapped out of there by Liberty.
Here goes Showtime. Showtime right here.
Give it to Gill.
There it is.
Gill was open. He took it in himself.
Paul Brown, not a
That's Oliver with a crease and scores.
Lenny Wirtz with the call, gets the offensive foul, Keith. Mr. Oliver. There he is now, splits the defensive player. He's up in the air. Oh, yes, there's the defensive player. He definitely leans right into him. Good call by Lenny Wirtz. System, it's been really difficult for Marcus.
That's Scott. Boy, he's hot.
You got to know where he is on the floor. As soon as the ball goes down inside in a two-man game, you got to shape up and find Scott. He goes to Henson.
That's Bardo responding.
See, Georgia Tech wants to make this a half-court game. Second guard position.
That's Brown. Brown slams into Liberty. And it's offensive foul, Brown.
Marcus Liberty rotating over defensively. That's the Illinois player. Once he gets comfortable.
Gill. Battle the rebound.
That's where he's got to go, Mr. Battle. A high riser. Lou says, I like that, Kenny. And they love it.
Into the corner to Gill to the paint. Won't go down.
He
Got a hard bounce off the back iron. Gill on the line. The foul was called against Britton, his second personal. So Hammons, Oliver, and Britton all have 2 personal fouls now for Tech. It's Georgia Tech 27 and Illinois 24. And 7:04 to go first half.
Looking in that shirt, I'll tell you that. And I know I'm ugly. Look at that drive. No one rotates over.
Oliver steals one on the baseline, coming off the corner. And the Georgia Tech lead is now 5 at 29-24.
He's my kind of player. Every coach wants an Oliver on his team.
That's Nick Anderson back in the ball game, short off the iron and rebounded by Sherrod for Georgia Tech.
Oliver and Hammond.
And it's Hammons off the top of the key. Good sharp pass inside Scott, and he scores it in his foul.
What a tremendous pass by Tommy Hammons. He dumps up in the air. He spots Dennis Scott down in the box. He drives it. Here goes the wide body. Look at that wide body. Squirting. That's the easiest basket you'll get, Mr. Scott.
8-point lead for the Jackets.
As I said earlier, Keith, I think the three-point line helps to stop a kid like that from becoming a complete player because all he...
Anderson doesn't get it, and the rebound is off to McNeil. Georgia Tech shooting 65% from the field right now and 100% at the line, and that won't hurt him either. It's McNeil.
See, that's the kind of contribution we were talking about. Guys like McNeil, Sherrod, Britton, timeout against by Lou Henson. He's got to get his team fired up because they look a little flat, Keith.
They're also 10 points down with 5:43 to go in the first half. Always well taken in conference play. Win at home, split on the road, especially in the Big Ten, which has no postseason conference tournament. One of Illinois' big wins this year over Michigan, 96-84, 8 days ago, here at Assembly Hall in Champaign. 3 conference wins at home, plus 1 on the road so far at Northwestern for the Fighting Illini.
Fury, look at Scott sinking down in that zone.
They go to him. And he got it.
He has good hands once he catches the ball inside. He was a Street and Smith All-American, first team, highly acclaimed out of high school in shot clock. Oh, this is perfect timing.
Hammond.
Oh, that's perfect execution, Keith. 2-on-2 basketball, taking advantage of Hammond's good one-on-one ability on the boxes.
Anderson. 5 minutes, his first appearance.
Here's Oliver doing a good job controlling tempo, trying to get the good angle for the entry inside.
Hammond's got away from Liberty.
He's a big-time player. What a PTP'er. Tom Hammons, what a PTP'er. A prime-time performer. Now take a look at this guy. This is a 6'8½", big, strong power player up in the air, explosive step, and here's the foul inside by Bardo.
Got them both. It is now a 12-point Georgia Tech lead at 2.5 minutes to go in the first half.
Illinois was down 18 against Missouri and came back. Turnovers.
Hammons. There's a rebound by Liberty, cleared out to Gill.
They need the big dunk for Uncle Mo. They need that big dunk.
Well, they've had about 6 like that. Afford to go with Brown at point guard.
Yeah, Brown is a good ball handler. They were hoping that he would contribute a little bit more coming out of junior college, because anytime you recruit a junior college player, you recruit him that you think he's going to be an instant contributor.
We're inside 2 minutes to go in the first half.
So impressed with the way they're executing offensively. They got a hole right there. Yes, sir. Carl Brown called for the hole.
3 out of 4 from the line in the first half.
High school right here on this floor. When he was a senior, played against Marcus Liberty. They lost 47-40 as King won the state championship in Illinois. See the spread in the court, going to a little four corners, picks up his dribble.
Sherrod to the baseline.
Oh, Britton, says that's why he recruited me out of junior college.
Gill can't answer. Foul is on Liberty. Teams in their last 7 games.
Well, they'll have more coming up when they play North Carolina and Duke. 5 in the second half, and then exploded and winning by 20. King Rice has been doing a good job keeping out playing time.
Second, not good. Rebound, however, goes to Britton.
Basketball.
Got a roll.
Keith, they're doing everything right. They're executing to perfection.
Not let him outrun him on the transition game either. This is Bardo. He can't get it.
Bardo's really been quiet in this basketball game.
At the Claxon, misses. So a very poor shooting half for Illinois, and a large part of that due to a stifling defensive effort by Georgia Tech. It is a 14-point lead for the Yellow Jackets at 45-31 at halftime.
Wow.
What you eating, babe?
Nothing, honey.
Oh, you can tell me.
Kellogg's Nut and Honey Crunch.
Looks good, Private. What is it? Nothing, honey.
Kellogg's Nut and Honey Crunch.
When you've got the special taste of nuts and honey all wrapped up in a hearty crunch, what more can you say? Here's what. New Nut and Honey Crunch Biscuits. Crunchy biscuits of wholesome shredded wheat with that special nut and honey taste inside.
Wow.
Kellogg's Nut and Honey
Now in biscuits, too.
Crunch.
Well, I was worried about my hair because I participate in a lot of sports. I have to shampoo every day. And a lot of times I'll shampoo 2-3 times a day. And I worried till I used my daughter's Johnson's baby shampoo.
Johnson's cleans hair clean, leaves hair healthy looking, no matter how much you shampoo.
My hair feels clean using Johnson's baby shampoo, and it feels healthy. And those are the important things to me.
The more you shampoo, the more you need Johnson's.
So, hey, I think I'm doing the right thing for my hair.
A recent Department of Energy study reveals that most American homes are under-insulated. And that means you. To find out what's right for your home, call Owens Corning at 1-800-GET-PINK.
I'd rather switch than itch, so I switched to Tegrin.
Tegrin medicated shampoo controls all the major causes of itching and flaking, so Tegrin is more than strong enough for tough dandruff like yours.
Wouldn't you rather switch than itch?
Surprise. Here's the tickets for your honeymoon.
Oh, Dad, you shouldn't have.
And we're going with you.
Oh, you shouldn't have.
Northwest frequent flyers earn free trips fast, so you can give them away or go away or both.
My son Icky got this Cutlass Supreme SL because it has front-wheel drive, FE3 suspension, and because tests prove that the new T-Bird LX and Cougar LS just couldn't run the slalom as fast. That kid, he's got all the moves.
This is not your father's automobile.
I learned it from you, Mom.
This is the new generation. Vamos!
You know me. I knew you once in another place.
Sir, this is a private club.
Good, I'm a very private man.
But sir, you have to be a member to go in.
Send me an application.
You stay.
Affirmative. I'm Hawk.
Saturday.
Defeated Illinois at halftime, and Dick Vitale had gone on record that he thought that this Illinois team would have a big day. Well, they haven't. You see the Georgia Tech Scott there is the leading scorer, with Hammons getting a bit of a slow start, but very effective of late inside, while the Illini shooting is down around 36%. I have a question.
Well, I'll tell you, Keith, I know you busted me here at halftime. Well, before we came on the air about my prediction about Illinois playing great today, I really felt that. I thought all the ingredients for a big win was here. The fact of being potentially number one, coming off a performance against Northwestern where they struggled to get that W. But today, it has been all Georgia Tech, Keith. If I had to rate right now Bobby Cremins' team, take a look right now. There's Oliver in penetration. Scott runs, squares his body. What a first half. Had 17 big ones. Played brilliantly in that. He also demonstrated some passing ability as well. And we know he can be a good passer. They'll dump the ball. Watch it right here. Reverse it down. There's Sherrod. Dumps it to Scott. Now watch Scott operate along the baseline. And here's the little dish. He drives, he draws, he dishes to his teammate. And there's the layup on the inside. So Dennis Scott has been the star. And then what about Tom Hammons? His presence on the floor just opens it up for everyone else. There's Hammons. Look at the explosiveness to bounce off the floor. Big 6'8", good touch. Just a great player. I think he's going to be an outstanding NBA player. Now we're going to watch a little penetration. There's Sherrod. Anthony, a good role player, definitely has helped. And there's Britton with a little slam jam bam. If I had to give a grade to Bobby Cremins and his team right now, Keith, I have to give an A+ for their performance in the first half in every phase of the game. The zone defense, the coaching of Bobby Cremins, their execution. On the other side, with Illinois, I got to pass out a D, and I might be nice by doing that.
You didn't make some silly bet like walking barefoot across the Arctic Circle or something like that.
No, I didn't make any crazy one like standing on my head against Austin Peay, where I stood on my head after Illinois were beaten by Austin Peay.
Now let's join Cheryl Miller.
Thank you, Keith. With me is Bob Weinhauer, excuse me about that, and he is the Director of Player Personnel for the 76ers. And Bob, we've seen two talented teams. What do you think about Kenny Battle, Loyal Hamilton, and the rest of those talented players?
Well, it seems to be a number of players here, and of course that's one of the reasons why I came here, to see what's available for this year's draft. Kenny Battle is a great inside player, has great quickness, a left-handed player, makes it tough, really difficult to defend. Of course, Hamilton is a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger, takes the ball to the basket well, has a little bit more of an outside perimeter shot. And of course, now you look at Tommy Hammons from Georgia Tech. He's another very high draft opportunity pick, excellent scorer inside. Yet I would like to see all three of them develop some type of a perimeter game, increase their outside scoring abilities, quite honestly.
Well, who do you think is going to go as #1 in the draft pick?
Well, the #1 pick this year is a tough one. You know, it's not a clear-cut favorite like Danny Manning was last year. My particular favorite would be Purvis Ellison right now for Louisville. I think he's put together an outstanding year. In the past, he's been a little sporadic. This year, he's been continually playing well, playing above the rim, has demonstrated the fact that he can score inside and outside. He's a big forward who can play center, he can defend, and he can run. I like him a great deal. Now, there are other good ones, and I don't want anybody to hold me to this.
Well, Bob, who makes a good pro? Because we've seen great college players go into the NBA and get lost in the shuffle. And on the other hand, take Michael Jordan, for instance. He was a good, college player, and then look what's happening in the NBA.
It's a tough decision. There are a lot of talented athletes in college who don't make it into pros. But one of the things that is consistent is heart and intensity. It's very difficult to determine what their heart is like. But when you take a talented player that has quickness and has intelligence and then puts intensity with that and can sustain that over a long period of time, that's the type of player we're looking for.
All right. Thanks a lot, Bob. Back to you, Keith.
All right, Cheryl, thanks very much. Again, 14-point lead, Georgia Tech at halftime. ABC's college basketball continues after this message and the word from your local station.
Is the Gray Fox, Mr.
Disrupt them. Can they disrupt the flow of this game and take the tempo away from Georgia Tech?
Well, remember, as I said earlier, against a real good Missouri team, they were 18 down and came back and won. They have any pride.
That's Hammons inside.
I'll tell you, you're not going to come back when you allow him to post up down in a box like that and get the ball that easily. They're very lethargic. There's that zone, the 2-3, very active. See, they sink inside, and Scott gives them a big guy up on top of that zone, and Oliver. Look at Scott, 6'7", standing up there.
There are no holes. Anderson takes one there, but pays for it as McNeil comes across and belts him and gets a foul.
Guy that would light the team up. There he is. He spots an opening in the zone. He's like a running back. He sees the seam. He takes off, and he goes in. And there's the block. He gets fouled. Good attempt by Mr. Britt. He had a great Big Ten season last year. He's extended his range too, Keith, offensively. Anderson. Oliver's going to have to handle the ball, Keith. There's a walk-in violation.
He got it to Sherrod, and Sherrod let it get away.
Protect that lead.
Baseline.
There it is.
Battle.
It's Slam Jam Bammer, baby. He's their emotional leader.
At Hammons, but he's pinned down. Now they'll come back to Scott. And he won't go for McNeil. I tell you, that is a war inside for the ball, and finally traveling called on McNeil.
The area of the floor, they show 2-3, you become 2-3. Oh, yes!
Hamilton.
Oh, yes! Get a timeout, baby, Bobby. Get a TO. Get ready to party in Champaign.
He's trying.
I get a TO.
It's now a 10-point ball game, and the crowd finally woke up.
The Flying Illini. Flight 33. There's the lob over the top. Here they come. This is why they've been undefeated. High riser, Skywalker.
Stimulated by Georgia Tech turnovers as the ball knocked loose. Dive for it. Scott beats Battle to it. 2 Illini out of the play. That puts them 5 on 3, but the ball is knocked out of bounds. That's good defensive play by Illinois. Now they keep the ball. It's off a Georgia Tech man. Inside, Tech won't have it this time. They tried to get it to Battle.
Get it to Scott.
And he is slammed hard as he tried to drive it.
All the accolades that he got on the scholastic level. He's got that great release.
That makes it a 12-point Georgia Tech lead now with 17-15 to play. Oliver handling the ball off to Britton. Across it goes to Scott.
Nice pass.
And scored by Sherrod.
Sherrod gets the deuce, but it's created by Dennis Scott with his penetration, the no-look pass.
Gill misses again inside. Illinois keeps it alive as Hamilton takes it in and scores, and offensive foul count the basket.
Prove this year their shooting ability.
Illinois comes away with it. Hamilton knocks it loose. This is Bardo. He gives it away to Gill.
Now they got to try to force a turnover right here. They got to really dig in, suck it up defensively. They could have
surges. Another one comes back, and that one rolls off.
They missed the fourth foul. Keith, they could have had the 4th foul on Hammons.
Bardo.
Yes, sir. Here comes the Flying Illini.
Well, Britton.
They're really getting contributions from their role players. We talked about Britton, Sherrod in the little room, and they're producing.
That's Bardo for 3.
Yes, sir. Steve Bardo now starting to contribute. That's a good point, Keith. And so many games are won on that free throw line.
Possession goes to Illinois on the jump ball.
Pulling over in the NCAA, and Rolly Massimino had that win.
Gets
yes,
it.
Sir. He's clutch. Good wing play by Mr. Nick Anderson.
8 points for Nick, and it's now a 5-point game.
If they can get the lead and force Georgia Tech. Nice
Anderson won't go down. My goodness, he goes back up with it, and he is fouled. The foul's going to be on McNeil.
Now watch the good second effort by Anderson, a good offensive rebounder. There he is with good offensive rebound in position and gets fouled. He wasn't allowed to practice his freshman year either. I think that's a no-no as he brings him back a little closer. Showman of basketball, the Harlem Globetrotters.
Tom Hammond hits one for Georgia Tech.
He's automatic. Once he catches the ball down in the box, he's got such a velvet touch. Just good execution. He's going to be tough to stop in the NBA.
Jackets lead by 6 now as Hammond's totals 12. This is Gill for 3.
Trifecta time for Kendall Gill. Illinois, they may win going away down the stretch if they can get the lead and force a faster tempo.
Oliver drives in, offensive foul on Oliver.
I don't know about that call. Oliver might have got a tough break right here. Bobby Cremins a tough break.
Bardo out in front. Stops and pops.
See, Bardo and Gill is starting to look at the basket a little bit, Keith.
Now 1-point lead, Georgia Tech.
8-point lead. 23-10 in his team.
Scott. Nope. Rebound, Hammons.
When in doubt, the big man, the All-American, the superstar, shows why he's going to be a mega-buck player.
The big second half comeback.
I talked a little bit earlier about playing the game in segments, hoping to get it
knocked that away, and here goes Anderson. And Brown, that should be intentional.
Of England, played junior college though in Florida, grew up in England. See, he's trying to come and get the ball, Keith. That's a good defensive play.
His head and ball.
Carl Brown, a quick player. Now they throw the ball out in front. Good hustle right now by Brown. He tries to get in front of him. He definitely grabs him. Oh, wow.
Well, he hit the support, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Head hit the support.
Now, he goes up. Now, Brown makes the move, comes over. Remember, if you're trying to play the ball, it's not intentional. And now he goes down, and then it looks like Anderson, trying to brace himself, pushes Brown down to the deck. Get up, little guy. Come on now. You're tough. You're tough. There he goes, off the court. Played soccer out in England.
He took a lick.
See, Keith, as long as you're making an effort to play the ball, it's not an intentional foul. That's the rule, the way it's worded verbally. I mean, in writing, in the Ed Stites manual. You didn't agree with me with Southern Cal and also Michigan. I told you, any team that has a kid named Vitale wasn't going to lose in a Rose Bowl. No, he calls it Vitale, the real Italian way.
Well, they missed that second, but they get the ball. This
good head fake.
And he's fouled.
Out of Northern Illinois, playing against Ronnie Harper. There's the touch. Now here comes the full court pressure.
57-56, Georgia Tech.
This side.
Intercepted. Soft pass intended for Scott, the Illini. Pick it off. They could take the lead this time down if they convert. Bardo can't get it to go down, and Scott's got it for Georgia Tech. 17 turnovers for Georgia Tech. Illinois 3. That was the point we made as we came on today. That's
a good point, Keith. However, when you got athletes like this, you got to go out and extend and play them. You can't let them shoot the ball.
There's a three-pointer by Oliver.
That's exactly what the zone defense permits and allows. I really think that was a momentum killer by going to that zone for that one sequence, Keith. They had momentum on their side.
Again, 3, no. Rebound, Scott of Georgia Tech. He gets it. My goodness.
They have out-hustled Illinois since the timeout. They have really played a little bit more emotional.
Across to Anderson for 3. Got it.
Dick Anderson, he wants the basketball. We got a good one down the stretch here, people. He and Oliver playing a two-man game.
Count it.
That's a great shot by Oliver.
Today, too. Remember in practice?
Yeah, he was praising himself. I like what I see out of you today, Brian. He has the strength of body to hang there.
6 minutes to play in the ball game, and this is Battle.
Kenny Battle with an explosive move, changes from his left to his right.
13 points now for Battle.
Brown is limping. Carl Brown is limping. The little guy, number 5. He's shooting 44% on the free throw line. He didn't look like one right there. 8 for 18 thus far this year. Looked pretty right there for those two, the way he stroked them, Keith.
5-point lead. Holmes inside right against him. Now they move him away.
They're playing that zone defense, sliding.
Gill for 3.
He's really improved his three-point shooting ability. Hanging and banging on that door here late in the second half.
This is Hammons.
Oh, what a pro. What an NBA player. He's going up and up in my evaluation of Tommy Hammons.
16 points.
They try to run a double screen for Liberty.
That's Battle. He got it, and he is fouled by McNeil.
There's the left-hander. He's got the great legs. That's where he belongs. Inside. Anything beyond 12 feet is out of his range.
McNeil will have 4 now, and Battle gets the 3.
Here comes the full court pressure. Clock on the left. That's been the story of the game. Patience, poise, tempo. Using the clock for the good shot.
Force the shot. Britton rebounds. Can't get it. Hamilton rebounds it for Illinois. Protect lead at halftime.
They're running double screens to get somebody free.
Bardo for three.
There it is. Listen to him. The orange crush.
Oliver to Britton. And he ties it. Hamilton won't go. Rebound. Knocked loose. Inside Gill. And Illinois back to the lead. 72-70. Scott hustles it up for Tech. Takes it all the way. No basket. There's the foul. And the foul is on Bardo.
Let's see Georgia Tech. Been a nightmare on a free throw line for Syracuse this year.
Game is tied at 72. 2 minutes and 28 seconds to play.
Got a good one here, baby. A good one.
To go to number one. They remain tied with Indiana at the top of the Big Ten as Kenny Battle puts it up and in.
That was designed during a timeout by Lou Henson. They score. Illinois constantly switching defensively.
That's Hammons. And rebound goes to Illinois.
Way they make it count.
The Illini's Gill fires. He won't go down. Battle misses the rebound and a fight underneath, and it's knocked out of bounds by Illinois.
Tough ball on that baseline. Going against Anderson.
2-point ball game inside. Half a minute. Good. It's all tied at 74. And the clock shows 27 seconds.
Kendall Gill looks like his ankle right there.
He really turned upside down.
Which kind of player? I'd sneak him in about 5 minutes and everyone to the offensive
board. Down to 7 seconds. This is Bardo. Bardo's got to take it. And he missed it. And the fight for the rebound, and
game does not end in college basketball until there's a double zero and the sound of the horn.
And we're going to overtime. Oh boy. ABC's college basketball will return with the overtime period. Georgia Tech and Illinois after this word from our local station.
Last year, air conditioning plus 3 other options on a Grand Am were priced at $1,427. Now, just $1,378 gets these plus 12 more options. That's $1,200 less than GM's prices last year. Pontiac's option values. And now get $500 cash back direct from Pontiac. And if you're a qualified first-time buyer, another $600 cash back. That's up to $1,100 cash back and $1,200 in option value. It's not all cash back, but it's all value.
When you've got diarrhea, you can take this. And when you're in real trouble, now you can choose new maximum strength Pepto-Bismol. Twice the medicine, twice the Pepto.
Give your all to all you do. Don't settle for less from your shampoo. Wash and go First Plus.
To get great-looking hair, you don't need separate shampoo and conditioner. Get it together. In just one step, get your hair clean, more manageable.
Get one that does the work, those two.
For control you can't get from shampoo alone.
Wash and go.
Shampoo plus conditioner in one.
First Plus.
We both have colds. Why is he bouncing around like it's a great morning anyway? Well, I'm so tired and cranky and headachy, I can't even get started.
Why? Because last night when he said, let's take NyQuil so we can have a good morning, I said, why?
What's the nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, achy, stuffy head fever so you can rest medicine got to do with morning, silly?
He took it. I took these.
Why?
NyQuil. It's also the bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, fully rested, so take it at night and have a good morning medicine.
Some people are so silly. Ouch. They make this big deal about Kellogg's Frosted Flakes being just for kids. Well, look at me. I'm an adult. I eat them. Heck, I love them. Frosted Flakes just for kids? Come on. Like we adults have to go sneaking around. Like we can't enjoy these sweet, crunchy flakes just as much as kids.
Daddy, are you eating our Frosted Flakes again?
Oops. There now. You can't deny it. Frosted Flakes have the taste adults have grown to love. They're great.
Basketball doubleheader alert. Ohio State attempts to shoot down number 3 Louisville. And 5th-ranked Michigan takes on Purdue. Next Sunday on an ABC College basketball doubleheader.
From it in perspective of the Big Ten Conference, because it's a big possibility for Georgia Tech, as I said, for at-large spot, if that's what comes to them at the end of the ACC season.
Well, you know, you talk about, as we look at foul trouble right here, Hammons playing with 4 and Oliver with 4. Oliver's done a steady job here. But you basically look at the Big Ten. There's just action of Larry Smith, isn't it, in the game?
No. He played
a little bit earlier?
Yep. And played well. And you get a whistle, and you get a foul. And it's on Anderson, I believe.
You know, Larry Smith came out of high school so highly acclaimed, and he really has not lived up to that billing.
Fall he took.
It's hard to believe that this kid doesn't have a better percentage on the free throw line. When you watch his concentration, his ability to stroke, the good follow-through.
Maybe life has turned for him.
Missed Anderson, had him there.
Battle.
See, that's where
for the glass.
That's where he's efficient, Keith. He's got to go down in a low box. He's inside and use his great legs. Scott is out of a program that produces so many players. Flint Hill out in Virginia.
Oliver, 2 points.
A lot of patience. Again, every possession, getting some cuts. It went off an Illinois play. Good ball by Larry Lembo.
Lost in that forest.
Yeah, he was looking for a little help, and that's a good move by the official.
Hammons. And Georgia Tech has got its 4-point lead, mainly because Smith came hustling down and popped one up for Illinois. Bardo. Inside, Smith on the baseline. Foul before the shot.
You know, he laid a little bump on him, and there's Tommy looking at the scoreboard. He's an All-American player.
All right, that puts really the burden of scoring. If you 2 minutes and 35 seconds in overtime. Now a 2-point ball game. Nice. Smith trying to stop Brown. Brown gets past him. Smith is on him, riding him, and he can't get away from him. And the foul is on Larry Smith. Got them both.
Yeah, he looks so good shooting it also.
82-78. This is Anderson pushing one up from the baseline. And McNeil wins the wrestle for the ball. And Tech will clear it.
To make this a free throw shooting contest. Oh, they wanted to carry. They get a turnover.
Bardo intercepts it. Takes it down. Misses the shot. My goodness. Whistle and a foul.
Much unpredictability. But Alaska Anchorage can go out and beat a Michigan and University of California, Riverside, beat an Iowa. It's amazing what happened.
Well, that's pretty good nerves at the foul line right there.
Basketball.
Brown thought he saw a crack.
Oh, turnover.
Into the corner, they turn it over. Illinois can now either tie or take the lead.
Free to Hamilton.
Bardo forces a wild shot. Bad shot, but Bardo picks it up and he is fouled by Oliver.
It's amazing how they come up with the break right there. The Georgia Tech kids have really been. Look at Bobby, he's smiling.
I don't understand why way back toward the end of the game when Bardo came down and just went slicing through the...
But in all defense of Illinois, you got to also give credit to Georgia Tech with the job they've done in controlling that clock for each possession.
That was just barely crept in.
Sell in one area, it has a tendency to overshow the other. Here goes
Scott Rainbow. No.
They get the offensive rebound.
No.
Jump ball.
Illinois ball. 6 seconds to play.
What a lucky break for the Flying Illini. A little pressure on the ball so they don't get the easy shot.
Pops it up. Missed it. Double overtime.
Hello. I told you it was going to be easy, Keith. I told you the Flying Illini are #1. I told you they're going to win very easy, but you don't want to listen to me. Isn't it easy?
At halftime, he said here, there's no way. This game is over. Sure it was. I had a chance to be #1 was in 1979. And there you see what happened.
That was the year of the Magic Man, Magic Johnson and Fred Heathcote. They won the championship over Larry Bird. Ankle injury.
Illini scrapping on defense, almost steal the ball. foul on Smith. 7 for 7 from the foul line. 8 for 8. Would you say it was a 49%?
He came in here 8 for 18. Would you believe it? He's 8.
And Anderson. Three-pointer.
He's the kid that refuses to lose. From the streets of Chicago to Windy City, a tough competitor out of Simeon High School.
84.
Forces Georgia Tech to have to play at a faster pace.
And lost it.
This place, he was ready to do a dance.
Illinois still made only 3 turnovers. Georgia Tech has 21.
Well, they made only 3 turnovers because of the
Whoa, McNeil put a shoulder in and got away with it. Bardo pumps it up. Good.
There it is. It's over.
Timeout, Georgia Tech. At 3:20 to go in the second overtime. Scott took it up and over and got away with it. And the rebound, Illinois.
One-dimensional right now. They have only one really offensive threat on the floor, Dennis Scott.
Second half, including the overtime. 1 of 6. Baseline, no. Hamilton trying to come back with it.
Scott having a tough second half. He's had a number of games like that in this kid. He can play for me any day of the week, Mr. Hammons.
89, now 90. 90 to 64, a 6-point lead for Illinois at 2:45 to go. Scott for 3. McNeil for the rebound. He lost it.
He mugged him, too. He mugged him. Lembo gets it. He nails him.
It's got 2.
See, last year that would have been Brick City. Remember, they missed 5 one-on-ones against Villanova and lost to the NCAA.
They've got Sherrod trapped on the baseline. Steal the ball and score it.
There they are. The Illini, they're dancing, they're celebrating, they're number 1.
It's the play in the second overtime. And Scott can't buy one right now.
1 against 5 right now. 1 against 5. Can't win that battle.
Overtime. 94-84. Bardo with 16 points all of the second half.
Yes! Flying Illini with flight number 33 arriving in Champaign. There goes flight number 33. Take it off. Woo-hoo! Bring down the Raptors, Mr. KB. Jam City.
His last 8.
You better not run up and down the court with Illinois. It'll be a Duncan Derby.
Britton muscles it up and in.
In a row with the team that was embarrassed earlier this year. I'll tell you what breaks my heart. Watching a guy like Marcus Liberty struggle with all his talent sitting out.
DeMalik back to Scott.
That's what he does well.
3 and he hits it.
He does that as well as anyone. If he shoots the open jump shot, squares his body.
1979 was the last chance they had at it. And Ohio State beat them here in overtime.
Marcus Liberty fouled on a play from out of King High School in Chicago. Illinois will be tough to beat. Jimmy Collins is a great recruiter.
101 points for Illinois, 89 for Georgia Tech.
The W, absolutely lucky. They were outplayed. They were outplayed.
There's Scott missing from outside for 3, and Anderson takes it.
Offensive foul called by Lenny Wirtz. Since then, the NCAA has changed that rule. You don't play a regional game in a home facility, and that is really an intelligent decision. But then it's been struggle after that. They lose to Austin Peay in 1987, the year that Indiana won the national title.
Scott hits a 3.
That three-point
time runs out.
That three-point shot hurts Dennis Scott's development. There it is. Good night. Slam Jam Bam, number 1 in the nation, the Flying Illini.
It was 45-31, Georgia Tech at halftime. The final score, Illinois 103, Georgia Tech 92, double overtime.